Alright guys, a while back I built the truck that you see on here that's holding the trucks, the carrier. I decided I was going to go ahead and build a trailer for it. First time ever building this trailer, it's out of scratch. Just thought of the idea in my head, put it together, and this is what I came up with. As you can see, I made it to where it's can haul 3 cars. I like it. I think it came out alright. As you can see, I love the 83 Chevys. By far one of my favorite Hot Wheels that they ever came out with. Those will be customs later. I did show you how I built this truck. The only part I did not show is the trailer hitch. I built a hitch out of some metal, fabricated it, bended it to where it could be a little hitch. I put a little screw right there. Basically, I bent this piece of metal to where I could make it into a hitch, and it's about this. I'm not sure what the thickness of this metal is, but that's what I used for the hitch. Just cut it, shaped it, formed it, and like I said, you can get these metals. They're made by oh, this one don't have the label on it, but it's a company named K&S. They make all kinds of metal tubing, flat metals, different thicknesses. Also make brass tubings, but that's what I use. But basically, I ran that across there, put a little screw, drilled that to where, and tapped it where it had threads, screwed it in, ran it all up around under there, and then out through the back where that hole is. And that's basically it on that. It's pretty simple. Just cutting and bending and getting it shaped right to where you want it. And then of course drill a little hole for get that to focus. Drill a little hole where you could put it in. Hook up the trailer. And here's the trailer. I like it. Think it came out pretty neat. Basically, like I showed you, that flat metal. Then I used some brass tubing with metal. Then just right there, you can see where I soldered it all together on the hitch. I soldered it as well. Then I just got one of my little screws and made that as the trailer pin to hook it up. You can see right there. Like I said, it's my first build. I'm not a professional. It's just it's a work in progress. You learn as you go. You can see where I soldered it together, all the brass right there. This first time, I really don't like that, but like I said, it's my first time building it. But that's what I use, JB weld to put the axles together. You can see how I put the axles together. Screw those in with some of them screws that I have for the cars to reattach them. Then I just cut the finish, made some finish for it, reattached it, and just like I did on the flatbed trailer, I went and put the brass tubing around it. And it's a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie, but I finally got it how I wanted it. Took some time, but I got it. What I will say is that as you learn and as you're building these cars, you think of ways after the fact that you built it. And of course right here, like I said, I don't like the way the JB weld is on there, how I put them together. So I thought of a way where if I would have just ran that brass straight across, I could have drilled some holes and then soldered it together, and probably would have given a cleaner look instead of all this JB weld. Just looks all bumped up right there. I cut the wheel axles in half, and when I cut them in half, I slid them into the tubes, like I showed you that. Right there, this tubing, and just cut it to the length of the base of the trailer, the width of the trailer. Slid half of that axle in from each side. And I don't know if you can tell, but I also put, they call them glass beads. I put glass beads in between the tubing and the tire to give it that free spin. The reason I do that, because sometimes even if, like the super glue, when you're super gluing it, you do not want to get that super glue on the tire. So if you put that glass bead in between it, then that'll prevent that, and you won't have no accident. As you can see, they all spin. Trust me, I've done it before. You get that super glue on it, then them wheels ain't gonna spin, and you're gonna have to start all over again, and probably have to use a different tire, different wheel. And as we know, these real riders ain't cheap. They're hard to come by sometimes. But yeah, that's basically it on my trailer. But like I said, it was a working experiment. I've learned from it, and probably build another, but it'll probably look a lot cleaner than what this one looks. But I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope maybe you can build one yourself. Like I said, it was fun. I think it came out all right. But there it is. All right, guys. Thank you.